Hello and welcome to a video on Robust Tools American Beauty Woodturning Lathe. The American Beauty is available in two different bed lengths. The standard bed is a favorite for bowl and vessel turners around the world. The long bed is preferred by folks who like to do deep hollowing or perhaps turn spindles for furniture work. Let's go over a few of the highlights for the American Beauty. It has a 25-inch swing and a sliding headstock that can be moved anywhere along the length of the bed. As we mentioned, there are two different bed lengths. It's available with a 2 or 3 horsepower premium industrial motor and matching industrial electronics. It has the best warranty out there, 7 years head to tail. Stainless steel ways are standard, and the optional tilt-away is a great feature we're going to talk about more soon. But first, let's take a look at the controls. They're magnetically backed. There are 2 rare earth magnets on the back of the controller that allow you to put it anywhere along the machine. To get it started, simply flick the switch in the center to the direction you want to turn. You don't have to stop the lathe to change direction, but when you do, just press the red button. When you lock the spindle stays locked and you will not be able to start the machine. When you're ready to resume operation, just unlock the spindle and flick the switch in the direction you wish to turn. Let's take a closer look. There's a graduated speed dial at the top. The center position allows you to turn it into forward or reverse, and at the bottom is the stop button. The spindle height is adjustable from 42 to 49 inches. Each leg adjusts independently and is held in place with a hardened clamping bolt. I'm going to demonstrate now moving the belt from one pulley position to the other. After we've turned our main power off, we can open up the pulley access doors. I'm going to loosen the motor and raise it up. That loosens the belt. I can get a hand on both sides of it, have really good access, and I can put it right where I want it. After moving the belt, I'm going to drop the motor back down. Then I'm going to close the doors back up. And I can turn my power on and resume turning. If you'd like to do vacuum checking with your American Beauty, we sell an optional rotary adapter. It simply plugs into the end of the spindle. 48 position indexing is standard on the American Beauty, and you can see that the hand wheel is graduated with the index numbers. To do your indexing, there is a tapered screw that goes into a tapered hole. We don't use a plunger because they have play. This arrangement gives you a nice, solid indexing function. Make sure to back the screw all the way out before you start your machine. The spindle is machined from a pre-hardened 4140 chrome moly alloy steel. It rides in preloaded, permanently lubricated ball bearings. It has a number 2 Morris taper and is threaded 1¼ inch 8. It's also available with metric threading. We've got a great tool rest clamping mechanism. It's based on an old Powermatic design back in the day when that machine was made in the US. It has 2 wedges that when you close the handle, close on the tool rest and push it towards the back. That way you get 3 lines of contact, 1 on each wedge and 1 on the back of the hole. This gives you great grip strength, much stronger than having a grub screw push in from one side or the other. Another nice feature is that if it's in the way on this side of the tool holder, you can move it over to the other side. So it's very versatile. What I like about it, though, is how well it clamps. The tailstock is self-ejecting and has 4 inches of travel. It comes standard with a number 2 Morris taper, but on special order you can also get it with a number 3. The quill comes standard graduated in inches. If you purchase the metric spindle, we graduate it in millimeters. For a lot of wood turning operations, the tailstock is in the way. The normal solution is to slide the tailstock off the end of the lathe, find a clean spot on your workbench to set it, or put it down on your dirty floor. Now, taking it off isn't so bad. It's putting it back on that can be a hassle. You bang it on the end of the lathe, the lock falls down, a lot of bad things can happen. So at Robust, we've invented the tilt-away, and this is a patented solution that we think is the best on the market. To use it, slide the tailstock back until it hits the stop, unlock the lever, and tilt it over. Now the tailstock is about 50 pounds, and without the gas shock, it's about a 30-pound lift, because we do have some leverage working for us. But with the gas shock, it's a one-finger operation. If you want to move the tailstock to the front of the lathe, simply start with your tilt-away in the opposite position, slide your tailstock back, and then you'll be able to move the tailstock to the front of the lathe. This operation is not compatible with the gas shock. We make Robust lathes right here in my hometown, Barneveld, Wisconsin. Parts that we don't make for ourselves are made for us by nearby manufacturers, some of them as far away as Michigan. Even the castings come from a foundry in Wisconsin. We certify that by weight and by value, all Robust products are at least 85% U.S. made. One of the advantages of a sliding headstock lathe is the ability to bring the work down to you so that you can stand at the end of the lathe and do your hollowing. With the American Beauty, I've got the extra benefit of being able to tip the tailstock out of the way and bring the controls down here and place them in a convenient place. I can start my cut by looking at where the tool enters the work, and I can do that in a natural and controlled manner. I'm not reaching across the lathe like I would be doing if I had a fixed headstock machine. Let's take our final moments to go over some popular options for the American Beauty. The tilt-away and a 3 horsepower are our two most popular options. Over 95% of our machines leave the shop with both the 3 horsepower and the tilt-away option. And along with that, almost everybody gets the gas shock. The 110 outlet box gives you a handy place to plug in your accessories. It comes with its own 15 amp breaker. The casters are handy for moving and storing your lathe. You take the casters off when you turn. The bed extension gives you 16 inches of extra spindle turning capacity or more room to set up your hollowing rig. It can go on the standard bed or the long bed and attaches to the headstock end of the lathe. The outboard turning attachment gives you up to 60 inches of capacity at the end of the lathe. It's also useful for supporting hollowing systems, and it's compatible with the tilt-away. Get it with your machine or add it later. We make a real heavy-duty steady rest for the American Beauty. It's available with 3 or 4 arms, and we can orient the arms so that they do not interfere with using a laser-guided hollowing system. The tool caddy is a handy place for putting your accessories. There's an optional foot switch that turns the machine off, and of course we have a complete line of tool rests, straight, curved, J-shaped, and S-shaped. That concludes our video on the American Beauty. For more information, please visit our website, turnrobust.com. Thanks for watching.